In this session, we will learn about reading comprehension. Right? One of the most important question types on verbal section of GMAT. Right? It is very important that you maximize your score on verbal using reading comprehension. Okay, you got to get many of the reading comprehension questions right. But anyway, now let us see reading comprehension. What does reading comprehension mean? It's to read and to comprehend. Right? Now, let me ask you a question. Do you read? Do you have a habit of reading?
Kind of.
Okay, what do you read?
I read business magazines, novels, etc.
Exactly. So you read something of your choice, right? Something of your interest, is it not? But on reading comprehension, you get topics something like this. Let us say, how does rats, pigs, and ants and insects use their excretory organs to maintain the internal metabolic fluid in the body in the water-deprived areas, right? A nasty passage, something that you never want to read, right? But when you see this passage, you say, wow, what an amazing piece of passage. Let me read it and understand. Obviously not, right? Unfortunately, this is the kind of passages that you get as the first passage when you're reading comprehension question types, right? Though we don't like it, it is there on the exam, is it not? Therefore, we need to read and comprehend, right? So that is what we try to do. So we start reading it to comprehend, right? We're reading the first sentence, the first paragraph to comprehend. As we are reading the first sentence, the first paragraph to comprehend, you realize that the sentence is going on and on and on and on. It's not ending anywhere. So your focus shifts from reading and comprehending the sentence to see where exactly the sentence is ending, right? So the sentence perhaps ended at 5th or 6th line. Great. Now is that sentence ended, you want to reread the sentence to understand what exactly it is trying to say, right? So you read it a couple of times, you understood that, and then you go to the second sentence. Again, even the second sentence is a very long sentence, right? Your entire paragraph comprises of just 2 sentences, right? So what do? You reread it to understand what exactly the sentence is trying to say, right? Great. Now you go to the second paragraph, and you do the same thing. You read and reread it, the paragraph to understand what it's trying to say, right? By the time you read and understand the second paragraph, you kind of wait a minute. What is the connection between the first and second paragraph? So you want to quickly go back and check, right? Great. And then you go to the third paragraph and the fourth paragraph. The same story repeats. It's not. So what you have done here, you have spent significant amount of time on reading and comprehending the passage, right? But that's not all. You need to go to the questions, right? So you go to the question, you read the question. If the question is simple question, such as what is the primary purpose of the passage, it is easy to understand, right? But again, if the question is very long and convoluted, then you will take some time to read and understand the question, right? So again, you spend a decent amount of time on reading and understanding the question because it is important, right? Now, that is not all. You need to answer the question, right? So you want to go back to the passage to check your answer, and then suddenly you realize that, why am I doing that? Let me just compare my answer choices with the passage, right? So what do? You take answer choice A, compare that with the passage, right? If not it, you knock it off. You would answer choice B, you compare that with the passage, you see exactly the same sentence, second paragraph, second sentence is there in the passage. It's there in the answer choices, it's there in the passage as well, right? Therefore, this should be the right answer, right? So, you can move forward. So, what you did here, you spent very little time on answering the question. Is it not? Now, tell me this. What do you get score for? Do you get score for reading and comprehending the passage, or do you get score for answering the question?
Answering the question?
Exactly. You get the score for answering the question, right? Therefore, this approach is definitely wrong. Okay? Instead, we follow exactly the opposite approach. And what is that? What we do here is, we spend very little amount of time on reading and comprehending the passage, right? And then, we spend some decent amount of time on reading and understanding the question because it is important. However, we spend significant amount of time on answering the question, right? Because this is where the return on investment is maximum, is it not? Right? By the end of the day, you get score for those questions that you answered correctly, right? Not simply for reading and comprehending the passage, is it not? So our strategy is essentially going to be based on this approach, right? Great.